We got Bohemian Grove happening at the last 2 weeks of July. July 20th is the 201 day, which is a huge Illuminati number. And Tomorrowland, this is the flyer. It's a Masonic compass, which takes place July 21st. So we're going to look at the stars. There's something going on in a couple of days. July 8th, 99% of the Earth's population will see sunlight in the sky. These heat temperatures getting hotter always bring craziness. This was a viral story. This chick on an airplane.
That back there is not real.
She's doing the Baphomet hand gesture.
Starting with a woman who was removed from a Dallas flight after an outburst has now gone viral.
I think what's happening, right, because that viral story of the lady freaking out on the plane, in times in history where the veil is thinner, right, the apocalypse means the unveiling. So what I think is happening, maybe some people are getting a glimpse of what's on the other side and they're obviously not liking it.
That back there is not real.
Alchemy is related to eschatology and the end of the world. JP Morgan, as of recently, we had the Titanic and the Titan ritual. Well, JP Morgan, millionaires don't use astrology, billionaires do. He had like a 1.5 pound pocket watch that he carried around with him all the time that showed the alignment to the stars and everything. So these guys are using this knowledge, or tapping into something. Now, if it is made up or not, who knows? Again, you have here this alchemical plate of following the white rabbit through the rabbit hole, and this is the tomb of Christian Rosencreutz, right, in this mountain. You have all the astrological alignments here.
Yeah, so this 20th of July, Mars in Virgo is going to be opposite of Saturn, which is in Pisces. A lot of like uncontrolled energy. I don't know how much this matters or not, but like everybody's really hyped up about this Barbie movie and this Oppenheimer movie coming out. But this Mars opposition to Saturn happens on the 19th, the day before it starts on the 19th, essentially. So many people are going to be going to this. It's so hyped up. It's all these people out, and I wouldn't be surprised if something crazy happens. Like, it's Mars opposite to Saturn and Virgo opposite to Pisces. So Virgo and Pisces are signs that oppose each other in the birth chart. And there's these two movies that are so juxtaposed. Like, you've got Oppenheimer and Barbie.
Check out the trailer. It was super astrological, just like 2001 Space Odyssey. It's the monolith. So there's the key, the moon. It's the portal.
The whole thing with a 2001 Space Odyssey, right? They go through a portal. That was like the whole point of that movie, that they were going to that portal, and then when they went through it, it regressed him back in time. This ties into the Illuminati worms, don't it? Where these occultists, they want to regress back in time to an anti-human state, a larval state before humans. And sometimes these occultists don't ever make it, and they get tossed into the abyss, into the emptiness, and they lose their minds.
There's even a reported global shortage of Barbie's pink paint. ABC's Will Gans has more.
The Barbie movie is really interesting because I was watching the trailer, and I think one of them starts out where like Barbie's like doing her Barbie routine. It's all happy and cute, and you know, and then she's like, "Do you guys ever think about death?" And it's like, "Whoa, where's this movie going? What is this movie about?" Because the trailers, if you watch them, yeah, the trailers haven't told us a lot about what the movie's about, and it seems like the movie's going to take a really weird turn where like Barbie has to go to the real world. She has to go to the reality world outside of Barbie world.
And it's kind of making me think of like Pinocchio going out into the real world, and that's kind of sort of what we're talking about at the beginning, where this unveiling, people are now entering. I mean, some would say the opposite, because I feel like they want to overlay a reality over our face. They just came out with the Apple VR
Vision
headset.
Pro.
This is the Venus symbol, being on the tippy toes. It goes back to this ancient symbol.
The ball that just opened up, the world's largest video screen, this dome. And at that venue, the first band that's going to play there is going to be U2.
U2 is an ancient god. They came out with the first like iPod with the music, which was black and red. So it's got like this Templar color to it. They're being knighted. Yeah, U2 is a big Illuminati band, and their commercial for the Super Bowl was like a movie, and it was all about the alien invasion with UFOs.
And they forced everybody to have their music on their iPhones, so they're never allowed to live that down.
Shamash is U2.
I mean, again, it goes back to this sun worship. This is what it's always been about, this sun worship. I saw that ball as a sun on one picture, and I've also heard about the sun being some sort of portal.
So their commercial was the
Wow.
sphere, and now they're showing the sphere.
That commercial with the baby, because it reminded me of 2001 Space Odyssey. Spoiler alert, when he gets to the end, he becomes a little baby.
Yeah, he turns old first, and he gets really old and he dies, but then he's like transformed back in like a light being baby fetus thing, and he comes back in like the sphere of like the amniotic womb.
All the rituals that have been taking place this year, most of them have been on this 36 parallel connected to Tennessee. Miley Cyrus opening up the New Year's underneath the Royal Arch, which is sort of a portal. This is where the whole egg rituals come into play. U2's putting on is called the Octung Baby Live at Sphere. What's Octung Baby mean though? What's the Octung?
Octung means warning,
This is
warning,
a
baby.
warning.
And it
They're
says
warning
UV.
us.
I was thinking UV like UVBs, UVAs
Danger.
from the sun. You know, if you buy like a toaster and it's like Octung. I
Really?
cannot pronounce it.
It says that?
Octung, German danger. It translates to danger, so it's danger baby.
November 18th released the Octung Baby. Now, do you know what November 18th is? It's the 322 day of the year.
Ooh.